term will focus on transboundary movement of hazardous waste. Now this comes in light when developed nations are bringing in technological advancements, and with that all the waste that is generated is being dumped into the other areas of the world, predominantly the developing nations, or what we call as the LDCs, less developed nations. Now to bring this into control or to curb this, Basel Convention was brought. Basel Convention was brought initially in 1989. However, India ratified it in 1992. So we'll talk about some of the intricacies, what led to Basel Convention, the aims and objectives, and then some of the major provisions under the Act. So to begin with, let's understand it was the industrialization period during 1970s and 1980s where lots and lots of development started. Now with this development, there was an increasing resistance of public to the disposal of hazardous waste. So a syndrome which was called as NIMBY came into existence. And what is this syndrome? This syndrome is not in my backyard. That means whatever dump is there, whatever hazardous waste is generated, it should not be there in my house, in my backyard. So this term, this syndrome escalated, and the issue was the developed nations were looking for places where they could dump these hazardous wastes. So this initially went on, but it was soon realized that there has to be some mechanism into existence. Also, the vendors were looking for cheap disposal mechanisms and earning lucrative profits around it. So this convention actually negotiated to combat what was called as the toxic trade. So trade itself is not issue, transboundary movement itself is not an issue, but what was the key issue? The key issue here was the hazardous waste. Now what is under the category of hazardous waste? We would go into that into detail in a while, but this convention was brought with nearly is now having 170 plus, now around 185 members who are part of this, and the idea is to protect the next generations or the future generations from the burden of hazardous waste. So this disposal mechanism was part of the COP, that is the Conference of Parties, and Conference of Parties, to which all the states are the member, is the primary organization which looks even after the Basel Convention. And this talks about the amendments that could be brought to assist in bringing the goals to meet the objectives of the convention. So it meets once every 2 years. So every 2 years there would be one meeting, and that would decide on the future proceedings that have to be taken into account. So what are the hazardous wastes that are included under it? So let me change the color here. So let's understand the nature of hazardous waste. So the hazardous waste here would be biomedical waste, oil and lubricants, lead acid batteries, then POPs, that is persistent organic pollutants. Now these are pollutants, as the name suggests, persistent. That means they remain in the environment for a prolonged period of time and they cause a huge impact on the health. Then you have PCBs, polychlorinated biphenyls. Now these are the compounds which are used in industries for exchanging the fluids for electric transformers, and then there are thousands of chemical waste which are generated in the industries which also fall under this category. So toxicity is one criteria. Explosive nature of the hazardous waste is another important criteria. So this all opened on 22nd of March 1989. Initially was brought with nearly 105 nations, but later on 187 nations were part to it. In 1992, India ratified it, but still Haiti and US are the nations which have signed the convention but not ratified it. Now, understand the important difference between signing the convention and ratifying the convention. Signing the convention means it's an obligation that during the period once you have signed and the consent